So this is my blanket statement for USA basketball. It is the most uncomfortable basketball I've ever played. I am like, you're never comfortable.
Yo, welcome back to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I'm Carmelo Anthony here with my co-host.
It's your boy, Carmelo, the human do-rag flap, and this is a Wave Sports and Entertainment original today. You know what I'm saying? We back in Brooklyn, we back in the hook, and we got a 5-time gold medalist, the only player to win a WNBA chip in 3 different decades. It makes it sound washed, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? 2-time NCAA tournament champ, led the Huskies to a 1,114-4 record during her 4 years. I was about to say 1,000 because it feel like that, goddamn.
That is washed.
Naismith
1,000 would have been washed.
The 2002 number 1 pick. The ponytail is always on point, you know what I'm saying? Swinging in the air, you know what I mean? Always a point guard, help Aubrey Plaza Ice and need during the W All-Star game. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one, the only. Let's take flight, baby. It's Sue Bird in the building. What's good? Sue, welcome. You know what I'm saying? To, you know what I'm saying? The number, I was going to say our humble show, but it's the number 1 show in America right now. 7 bands, people watching live.
Thanks for having me.
So a lot of people associate you with Seattle, the Storm, but people don't really know. Like you from the concrete jungle, like like you.
I'm like a little bit.
You
Long
New York,
Island,
like you know Long Island.
Long Island,
Christ the King, like
Christ the King saved me.
Okay,
it gave me the cred.
So you take it from there, because I was gonna ask you what was those times for people that don't know.
Yeah, so I'm from Long Island, Syosset, New York, but like I feel like basketball wise, I really am New York because I started playing for an AAU team based out of Christ the King. It's called the Liberty Bells. Who knows why? B-E-L-L-E.
Oh, hey.
Don't get it. Not Philadelphia.
I'm with you.
But I started playing for this AAU team probably in like 5th or 6th grade. So every summer I was basically playing basketball in Queens every summer. And then fast forward a couple of years, I transferred to Christ the King, finished my career there, my high school career. So I do feel like I was raised basketball wise in the concrete jungle.
Yeah, because Christ the King is one of those names, right? You throw that out, like, you know, I hooped over there. They're like,
yeah,
oh,
what's your feeling about Christ the King right now?
No, I don't have no hard feelings about Christ the King.
I'm just playing.
I did what I had to do to, for my own personal situation.
Of course, I'm totally kidding.
But no, I actually love it when you talk about like tradition and like New York names, schools being like staple names outside of New York. Like when you talk about New York basketball high school, CTK is one of those schools, one of those premier schools that people talk about.
Yeah.
Right? And it's about tradition. It's about the lineage, the people, the players that came from there. Boys and girls, though.
Yeah, like when I was...
name there, it's like, okay.
Yeah, so...
You a hooper.
If you rewind, it's like my sophomore year. Like I said, I transferred in. So Shamiqua Holdsclaw is just graduating. So that's like the women's side.
That's a name.
Christina Alexander is another name I'm going to shout because she was the point guard. Like, I kind of followed her.
Yeah.
Another Long Island kid that went to Christ the King. And then when I got to school... Lamar Odom was there. Eric Barkley was there. Fast forward to my senior year, Omar Cook comes in.
Shout out to
So these are like all the guys that I was around, like the men and the women, or the girls and the boys.
Yeah.
But you was at that time. That's like that's like New York, like the top of that's like the cream of the crop, like, in New York at that time.
Yeah, Lamar was only there. So Lamar was only there a couple months. He ended up transferring to. God, could I pull this? Maybe like Troy something, like a prep school. Something preparatory
academy.
Back then, shit was different back then.
But he was getting recruited, so like every week it felt like a different Dean Smith coach. Like every week it was a different college coach like coming through the halls, and we were all hype about it.
That's when like head coaches was coming. The
top,
the guy.
When you coming out of class and see Dean Smith walking down the hall, that's different.
Different.
Yeah. What is it for both of y'all? What is that like? Is it who's he here to see? I know he's here to see me.
I know he's here to see me. You don't have a team stacked like that in high school to be like, he got options to come through the hall to see. Like, at that point, you know who they coming to see.
Yeah.
And does it change the way you play though? Like if you like, they watching me.
That's not even a game.
I'm giving them 40.
It's like you just in class.
You
come out of class and like they in the hallway.
Oh, you acting different? You walk straight like, hey, hello, sir. Oh, nice to meet you.
Definitely go to class today.
Best behavior.
Yeah, listen, it's 2024 Olympics is going on right now. Yeah. Y'all are both Olympic vets, man. Like, Young Guns in 2004. What was that like? Did y'all cross paths back then? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was y'all experience like? Because, being, younger athletes, you know what I mean, out there.
We was younger.
International. I don't know if that's the first time y'all had, you know what I mean, been overseas, possibly. You know what I mean? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was
ladies
cool.
first.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, we were both, it's similar. Like, we were both young. It was our first Olympics, our first USA basketball, like, senior situation. I had been in the WNBA. It was maybe my third year. Was it your first? Like, you had just finished your first. And what was really similar was none of us were playing. Like, so that was real similar. So it actually shaped the experience a little bit because we stayed on this boat, like the Queen Mary 2, literally. So it's got restaurants, it's got bars, it has a club. So we enjoyed ourselves. We were doing the thing, and obviously we showed up to the games, but
we did.
We was more so chilling. So it's a really good experience.
We actually like that group. I will say, like, at that time, really came together on the boys and girls side. Like,
yeah, we hung out a lot
because we was all in similar situations. Like, they had the best young group of women over there. We had the best young group of men over here coming in. Like, we're about to change both sides, the NBA and the WNBA. But like, we the new energy that's coming into the game.
Yep.
And now we all going through the same situation. So by the time we get back to the boat, it's like everybody has the same sentiment.
Like, damn.
So we go meet at the club.
At the club. Literally. Let's meet at Club Boat and turn it up.
I forgot the name. I forgot the name.
I remember the name.
What was the
name?
This
is why I remember the name, though.
No, what was the name, please?
G32.
G32? I guess you remember the drink.
Find the clip.
It's like an apartment number.
Yeah, if you could find the clip. I remember when we won our medal, we're on the podium, and at some point you turn and you're like kind of waving at your family, friends, whatever, and everyone's chanting USA, so you kind of get like USA. All of a sudden on the podium, we kind of switched up. We were like, G32.
We're trying to get out of there. We're trying to get the fuck out. Like, we ready to go back to the boat and like turn up. All right, now
do you remember this? So this is one of my favorite memories. So both teams, we're done. We're all celebrating. And let's say like the bus to the charter is at like 5 a.m. So we're all out. You do remember, I can tell. So we're all out. So we're all out at G32, like doing the thing, having a good time. And it's getting to that point where it's like, whatever time it is now, like 4 a.m. We're like, oh man, I gotta go back to my room. I gotta start packing my shit, whatever. And then they make this announcement. They stop the music. They make this announcement like, okay, there's like an issue with the charter. So, it's being pushed back. So now the new bus time is 6 a.m. And we're all like, yeah! We were
ready to get out of there, man.
Yeah,
like,
but it was...
So overall, we had a great time.
Great experience.
Like, G32 brought a lot of people together.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, you got to think, it was new to us. Like, this is our first time on that national level like that. Like, we wasn't supposed to be there. Right. And we got there by default. You know what I'm saying? This shit happened, how we got there. And they had their own story of how they got there.
Yeah, I feel like for me, a little bit D actually played, but a little bit D too. We were being like groomed.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you guys are the next. So it's like Dawn Staley's on the team. Cheryl Swoops is on the team. Lisa Leslie's on the team.
They had hitters.
So we're like, all right, you guys are the next. So we were kind of like,
we didn't have Dawn Staley and Lisa Leslie.
No, you guys were a little different for you.
We was different.
A little different.
You know what I'm saying? We had that's Mount Rushmore who they had in front of them.
And so obviously, famously not playing as the Young Guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was funny as shit though.
I mean, shit, bro. There was
for me, it was at the time. It was like I couldn't understand it. Just at that time, it's like. How?
Especially like, what are you thinking when like y'all lose to Puerto Rico?
I was bittersweet.
Yeah.
Like, damn, we lost to Puerto Rico first game.
That's when Carlos does
and it's like
with his jersey.
So I'm on this side, like looking at the USA people, and it's like, man, they gonna kill us. And then on this side, it's like, hold up, where the Where the party at? Hold on, I'm gonna come over there with y'all for a second.
You went to the village?
I went to the village.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the village and mingled. I wasn't supposed to. I just let that out the bag. We wasn't supposed to leave the boat.
20 years later.
We wasn't supposed to leave the boat.
Leaving the boat was like...
leaving the boat was like, you get suspended a game. Like it was like Larry Brown had it like,
we weren't like that.
Like you can't leave the boat. I got in trouble for leaving the boat.
Is that a foreshadow for Rio when you didn't leave the boat?
Yeah. Rio was good.
You was established in Rio.
I was already at a different point of my life in Rio.
Yeah.
In 2004, I didn't understand the war that was going on over there. I didn't understand why we couldn't leave the boat. And I'm just, no, I can't sit still. I'm 19. I'm 20. I can't sit still on a boat. I don't know nothing about a boat.
Right.
So I need to be outside. Like, I don't care if they warring over here. Like, let me... I'm gonna go party with the people.
I'm from the hood.
I don't know. I hear that sound every single day.
I heard guns go off before.
At this point in time, I just didn't know. I wasn't educated enough to know what was going on.
Geopolitics.
So I hear shit going off. It's shit that I probably heard already before. Probably more rounds over there, but.
So everybody's talking about JT not getting run in the last game they played. Mm-hmm. But being, early in your career on the Olympic team, 2004, and not getting run, do you understand it? Do you have like a special kind of like POV on it, being on the bench yourself? You know what I mean? And saying like, yo, come on, B, I'm top 5. Be like, I'm top 3 and I'm not 2 or 3.
Yeah, a little bit I can relate to that. I think the big difference is he went from being an important piece in Tokyo to then now kind of getting caught. What I do understand is you can get caught as like on the depth chart. All of a sudden you can look around. All of a sudden you are top in the NBA, WNBA, whatever it is. But all of a sudden you look on the depth chart, you're 4th in your position in a blink on USA Basketball. So that can happen to anybody. That has nothing to do with who's better, who's worse, it has nothing to do. It's kind of just like the way it goes. But I think what would be hard for Jason is going from being like a major contributor in Tokyo to then not playing in the first game.
Even with, I'm coming off a championship. Like, it ain't like I'm like this momentum is different. Yeah. I'm going here. And I don't think it's that deep, but I'm sure, like, he's thinking that. Like, damn, I just won a championship. I just did what I had to do to deal with people say I couldn't do. Like, I just showed that I'm here with everybody else. Like, it's I'm sure as a player, he's thinking, as a part of him that's thinking that. But the USA shit is different. Like, it's totally different. And to your point, like, every game changes. Like, you don't know. It's like you have a game plan until you get punched in the face. Right. And then, like, I'm going with what I'm comfortable with. Like, at this moment, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's a part of Jason that he got to understand. Like this is bigger than what's happening. You're going to play. Yeah. Like, I think he's going to play. I just think Steve got caught up in that game. It was like we asked a lot for LeBron in that game. KD came out scorching and coming off the bench. So it's like, how do I intertwine all of that and still make the right decision on Jason?
Right.
So it's hard. That's one thing I'll say about Coach K. We never would have had none of this with Coach K because it was established from the beginning. I'm not saying that it wasn't with them, but Coach K established everybody's role, what you gonna do. You may not play today. You may play, like, one of y'all two gonna play today. I don't know. But one of y'all gonna play because this is what I'm looking for specifically. Right? So Coach K really gave us that. He sat us down individually and gave us that, and he sat us amongst each other and let everybody else hear it. What's everybody else's role on that team? Yeah. Which is why it was so easy for us when it came time to, like, okay, we know who's about to do what. And I don't think it's early though too. Like, it's the same second game. Yeah. It's early.
Yeah. It's plenty of time for shit to like play out.
It's early. The only thing is you look at it, it's like, we only got 6 games.
I know it's only 6
It's
now.
only 6, yeah.
It was like, I don't know, 8, 9 when we played.
So you had time to kind of go through
a little bit.
I feel like with USA Basketball, because neither team gets that much practice time.
Yeah.
The more games you play, you're just going to get better and better. It's going to get like easier and easier and easier. It's going to get, the rotations are going to get like you're going to understand them a little bit more. You're going to get comfortable in it. 6 games?
Yeah. It's going to take
like
2-3 games for all of them to like realize what everybody's role is. Like, the quarterfinals is where everybody is going to be, okay, this is.
Yeah. And FIBA's different. It's like 40-minute games.
Yeah.
Oof. It's so fast.
Yeah. I feel bad for him, though.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
it sucks.
It's a part of you that got like, your pride. Like, I'm him in a sense. Like, why, like, nah, like, what's happening over here? So it's a part of that, but then it's also, you got to have somebody there with you, some people with you, some teammates there with you who've been through that before, who can communicate that with you. Like, nah, nigga, like, we need you. Like, you a major part of it, you know what I mean? You're on this team for a reason. There's a lot of people that go through it. Paul George went through it. Draymond Green went through it, right? There's a lot of players that Jimmy Butler went through it.
I was just thinking.
DeMarcus Cousins went through it when he was arguably the best center in the game. Right? Like,
I like vividly remember him
at 16,
talking about
like,
it.
he was like a lot of guys went through it. We went through it in 2004. I mean, we wasn't established yet, but we had.
But that's where you guys are different. Like, you came back.
We came back, and we committed, though. We committed to 6 years straight of USA basketball. Like,
that was
to
different.
play from like 2004 to 2016 is a lot of basketball. I mean, that's not basketball, it's a commitment.
Yeah. Saying, I'm going to be here every time.
I'm going to represent this. Right. And still not knowing if you're going to be on the team or not. But every year it's like, it's like 2 year and 4 year gaps. World Championship and World Cup now and then Olympics. So the World Cup team here in the U.S. is totally different in the USA than the Olympic team.
I don't know if I'm going to be on the team, but I'm going to prepare like I am going to be on the team.
Because we knew we had to try out. Like, we knew it was like, no matter what, there was no spot that was confirmed.
No.
Really? Like,
I mean, I'm sure it was. I'm sure politically it was spots that was, but it's like, but you still
but not all.
Was in the mindset of, I have to go take this spot from somebody.
And let's keep it funky. Y'all are, if we talking about like Team USA basketball, y'all two in particular, on the men's and the women's side, are names that people would assume, of course they on the team, bro. Like, ain't no way they're not going to be on the team. That's crazy. Like, that's super. That's fucking Melo, baby. Like, what you talking about?
Maybe it's like, I would agree with you. I don't think there was ever really after, like, once we were on it, it was up to us to stay on it. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how you look at it. But there is something about the environment that almost tricks you into feeling that way. Like, you feel like, I got to stay on my shit or else. And so there's something about it because it is different. And that's what a lot of people don't get. Like, your favorite player might not make the team. Your favorite player might be on the team, not play, and you don't understand why. And they might go back and dominate the league. But it's just different. The game is different. The style is different. The way they call it is different. There's so many differences.
Right.
And I think now a lot more people, now that I'm not in the Olympics, I think I'm just having more conversations about the games, like during. Yeah. A lot more people are like, like X, Y, and Z this, or complaining about the ref that. And I'm like, normal. Yeah. Like, nothing about any of these games have felt weird or different. They're just so different from what we're used to here.
So I mean, coming in as a not a rookie, but like new to the international play, what is one of the biggest things that's like, bro, is it the 40-minute?
So for us, the 40 minutes is the same. Well, honestly, the no media timeouts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fucking difficult.
Yeah.
That shit's hard. You don't get the natural break.
The little commercial.
Yeah, that's a commercial for y'all. Yeah. It's rest for us.
Yeah. You see the commercial and the game playing at the same time.
Exactly.
Over there. Split screen.
So that's different. And then I think, like, specific to being on USA Basketball, like, the pressure. And so this is my blanket statement for USA Basketball. It is the most uncomfortable basketball I've ever played. I'm like, you're never comfortable. You're being asked to, I would argue there's like maybe a player or two max on a team that gets to do exactly what they normally do. Yeah. It's usually like your best scorer, best player. They get to be who they are no matter what. Everybody else, uncomfortable the whole time. Mm-hmm. You're trying to be this or you're trying to do that. You're trying to get yourself going, but this is your role. And it's just like this fucking dance where you're just, and I tell people who join the team, like newbies, I'm like, listen, if you're uncomfortable, you're doing it right.
Right.
Like you're doing it right because it's gonna be uncomfortable.
So we need you to play defense and rebound.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't ask me that, but yeah, but sometimes they'd be like, all right, we're gonna be a pressing team this year. And I'm like, a pressing team?
Pressing what?
But like, yeah. So you're just gonna be uncomfortable. And I think outside looking in, you don't understand what's that. So you might see a player turn the ball over that's weird or miss a shot they normally make. And it's just everybody's trying to get comfortable and they're not there yet.
So it feels like playing out of position almost.
Almost. Like what that would feel like, but you're in your position. So you're like, what the fuck?
It's weird. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I heard about
that's not to cut you off, but that's a great point. That's a great message to this like people that's coming up, guys and girls, because you in those situations you're going to be uncomfortable because it's not something that you used to doing, right? It's like they put you out there and they say, "Oh, we think you fit well doing this," right? So when you going from 30, 25 shots a game and it's like, "Oh, no, we want you to be like we putting you in to defend," and it's like you got to make that sacrifice and that commitment, or you a post-up player, but I need you to go be a stretch four, and it's like, nah, I get my rhythm for right. I'll never start the game shooting threes. So then you start to work your way and like settle into that role and start finding ways to make it fun within the team. So the message today to this generation is like, don't be one-dimensional, basically. Yeah. Like, don't be one-dimensional, because if I'm looking at and I'm studying the game, like you just said, if I'm looking at this international player, the USA team, it's guys, take Jason Tatum, like I'm looking at that like, damn, why he ain't playing? And it's just like they looking for something certain in this moment or this area, or you got guys that all y'all play the same position, and this guy got it going tonight, right? So it's an ego play too. So Coach K, I mean, I keep going back to Coach K, but Coach K always said, check your ego at the door, right? But bring it with you. And that was some serious shit though. Like, check your ego, because we ain't gonna win if all y'all think y'all who y'all really think y'all are on y'all own respective teams. But bring what y'all do on y'all respective teams to this team. So if you a point guard, then do what you do as a point guard, right? If you a scorer, then do what you do as a scorer. If you're gonna be my 3-point shooter, then do what you do as a 3-point shooter. Right? So it's the little game that's in the international play, I would say, that makes it very, very uncomfortable. Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. And you're not going to get the call.
And it's the same.
They're going to go,
what?
Get up.
Come on. I remember us sitting there looking at that like, yo, wow, like they are closing down on Jalen at the World Cup.
So what I would add to that is you're also simultaneously uncomfortable figuring it out while the other teams are comfortable as shit.
Yeah.
And this is the moment they've been waiting for their whole lives. They are playing so hard. It's like another level. They're picking up full court. The definition of like leaving it all on the floor, they're actually doing it.
Yeah,
like a lot of times you say that, these teams are actually doing it because they know. They just achieved their life dream. They're not going to waste it. So simultaneously, you're like, oh shit, they're just in your face the whole time.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure it out and you're trying to get comfortable, and all that's happening at the exact same time. And for a lot of players, it's hard. It's really hard.
And then you got 6 games to figure it out.
It's difficult. So then they tell you, hey man, you gotta come off the bench. Like you might be 8th in the rotation.
Yeah.
And you've never done that before.
And you've never done that before. So that's
used to coming out there ripping the warm-ups off and getting popping.
Getting right to it. But that's where the dialogue comes in at. Like, if you gotta see the shit too. Like, you gotta be smart. Like, okay, this is the situation right here. Boom. Okay, I see who's on the team. You know what, where's gonna be best for me in those situations. You know what? Yo, coach, I'm gonna come off the bench. Let me come up, start him. Like, let me come off. I'll do what I do coming off the bench. I play better this time around.
Right.
Like, it came a point where people was fighting to come off the bench, like on our team. It was like, yo, hold on, man, I'm gonna come off the bench. D-Wade, like, yo, man, you know what, y'all got it. And
There's something good about that.
And 12, me too. I'm like, yo, listen, okay, like I go ahead play KD, like start him. Like he's coming, like he's, you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm gonna do. And I know my role and what I'm gonna do with that. So You don't know who started on that team or who don't if you actually look back at any of those teams.
Yeah.
And we talk about these teams all the time. You don't know who was the starting five.
No. You think all 15 of y'all started. Right. They started 15. I tell you, it was 15 on 15. Yeah, that's how they did it.
And if you embrace that, so I'm seeing it right now with the women's team. Brittany Griner's coming off the bench, first time in her Olympic experience. Yeah. And it's like, you know what's not happening in the other team shoot around? You're not in the, you're not in the top 5 in that scouting report. Yep. And you're not forgotten, especially a player like BG. So BG's so different because you have to double her. Yeah. This is you can't let her play one-on-one.
Well, we've seen the still photos.
It's impossible. It's impossible. So it might be a little different, but I do think when you're coming off the bench, you're not on the scouting report in the same way. You're talked about, but not in depth. And then it's okay, so when BG does come on, I think we're going to handle most teams and be fine. But for that one moment where it might get weird, it might get sticky, BG's going to come in. And then if you're the other team, it's oh, shit. Yeah. We worked on trapping, but I was in that position in shoot around. I wasn't on this side of the court and this person, and it's going to get all fucked up. And she could end up having a big game. So coming off the bench, if you embrace it, USA Basketball, you could have having bigger numbers.
It could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be fun.
And you're going against second string players.
It could be fun, a totally
different experience.
It's I'm just out here this is fun.
It's found.
Yeah. Yeah, hold up. I'm coming off the bench to who I'm coming in the game with. Yeah. I'm and I already know the rhythm and the flow of the game. Right.
Yeah.
I know if the game's starting off slow. I know if you starting off slow, if you're gonna get going in the third quarter. I already see the movement. I already see the motion. I see the bodies. I see the mindset already. So coming off the bench, I'm just waiting. And I already knew when I'm coming in the game. Right. It's no matter what, you are coming in the game at this time. Okay. So you get yourself
you're ready
for that moment.
Yeah. Yo, 13th minute, I know I'm in there. So
no.
So going back to this, y'all being, the new blood in 04, y'all stuck with it. Came back, and had legendary Olympic runs. Do you think the situation with JT, a younger player coming in, is looking at that and being like, damn, I don't know, bro. Do I really want to go do this, bro? And sit there motherfuckers just see me in my warm-up going like this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even really getting no run. As a young, you know what I mean? Because, your mentality is different when you're a second, third year player versus.
My answer to that is early. It's early. I would just leave it at that. It's super early.
I think players watching him, younger players watching him.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I can't even. I think on the women's side, the people want to be on the Olympic team.
Yeah, the women's side is a lot different.
Sure.
Women's side is a lot different.
It is different.
Yeah, in the sense of what y'all have over there is real. This is a real development. This is real. Academy-ish over there with WNBA. It's, you in there. Every single year they doing something. They don't come back with different teams every year.
It's this honor.
It's a group of of women that's every year in the on the USA team. And then you fill in the blanks no matter what. This is who we going to the Olympics with this group of team, with this group of women.
It is different.
NBA it's a lot different. For one, nobody wants to commit to it, right? We committed. We had to commit for 3 years. People forgot about that. You got to commit. Right. Even when you ain't doing nothing, no games, we got to pop up in Vegas. We have a mini camp. Yeah. We going to go hoop. We going to go get some work in, and then we out. Every summer we did that. So it's not a coincidence that y'all started, the world started to see from 04 to 06, 07, 08, 09. You know what I mean? It started to just go from there, but we was planting those seeds already. Right. So on the men's side, it is a part that would be I'm not. If you ain't thinking about me now, what makes you think you'll think about me in 4 years? Because in 4 years, there's another group of people that's
coming in, doing their thing. Right.
Right. So it's USA basketball is tough.
Tough.
It's tough. The best players don't make the team. Right?
Yeah.
The best roles
are filled by
the players
Gotcha.
That make up the team. So there's a lot of people who get X'd out because I don't think it's a disrespect to them as a player. It's just, I don't see you, Mero, in this role. I'm not looking at you for this role. So it might be, what's the kid from Boston? Derek White?
Derek White, yeah.
Right? Like, nah, Paul George, I don't see you in this role. Like, or Jaylen Brown, I don't see you in this role. I see Derek White in this role. So there's no disrespect, but as a player, you like, nah, fuck that. Like,
I think because we win so much, because both teams have won so much in the last, whatever the run is, people just assume that like, hey, we're just going to win by showing up. And they don't realize that. They don't realize the teams have been put together throughout the course of the last 15, 20 plus years a certain way to have the success. So they're just like, well, what do you mean? Why can't Paul George, to use the example.
Absolutely.
What do you mean? Paul George is better than Derek White. Yeah. What are we talking about? It's like, well, there's a reason that these teams in the past won, and it was that.
Yeah.
And you were saying earlier, like the other teams that the U.S. is facing are, they've been a team cohesively for
years and
years.
Definitely months, like definitely the months leading up, some years.
Yeah. Like I've been seeing you since we 15 type shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I know how you play. I know your game. I know how to get the most out of you as a player. Yo, Melo, man, I'm getting up there, man. I'm not 100% washed, but let's just say that if I don't get a good night's rest, you know what I'm saying? I got problems the next day. But Helix is here to help me solve all of those aforementioned problems.
The Helix lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, like their award-winning Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite collections that includes my favorite personal mattress.
Oh, snap. Okay. You can also find out what Helix mattress works best for you and your body by taking the Helix sleep quiz and finding your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes.
They even offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattresses.
Helix is also offering 20% off all mattress orders, okay, and 2 free pillows for our listeners.
They got to throw in the extra pillow for me.
You know what I'm saying?
So go to helixsleep.com/7pm. That's helixsleep.com/7pm. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
So keeping it international.
Okay.
What's your experience been like overseas? And if you are the coach of like Uzbekistan and you got to face Team USA.
Well, I knew you was about to say Uzbekistan, though.
Come on, we here, Jim. Come on.
I knew you was about to say some shit like that. I knew you was, bro.
If you're the coach of Uzbekistan, dog, and you got some ballers, but you like, God damn, we don't got nowhere that is within 2 feet of Brittany Griner. What are you doing? What is your strategy?
I'm resting my players, yo.
Like, we just taking this out?
I'm just like, I have 2 other pool games to play, pool play games to play. I'm not wasting my energy here. I might go for it in the beginning. Like, okay, so Uzbekistan's a tough one. I don't know what kind of players we have.
The talent pool may not be.
But like Japan.
Okay.
Japan played the women the other day.
That's a good one.
Yeah. They play a style where they press, they make it fucking messy, muddy, you name it, and they shoot a lot of threes. So that's the kind of recipe. If I'm coaching that team, I might go for it. See how it goes. Right. And then the minute I see that thing is like 20 points or 15, 20 or more, I'm starting to play everybody. Let them all get, their whistles wet. See how this goes. So they can all, for the neck, I'm like already thinking, how am I going to pull this off in the next 2 games? What makes that tricky, I'm about to eat my own fucking words, is the points matter now in pool play for these other teams. Right.
So you don't want to get blown out.
You can't get blown out. So you're probably just like juggling that.
Oof.
You start playing for points.
Now I'm never coaching.
That's like AAU ball, man. That's like EYBL.
So
sounds terrible.
Even on the not Olympic tip, just going overseas, because a lot of players in the W play overseas, you know what I'm saying, cash out. That shit can get fucking tricky, bro. Like the team that you play for in Russia, the owner got murked out here, bro.
That's a sick story, though.
It's a crazy story.
That's a sick story.
What is there you one of them ones. So your situation might be different because you can make you can fuck around and do a State Farm commercial, you know what I'm saying, and get your bag. You know what I mean? You don't got to go play overseas. But for those that do, is it like, do you think about it? Like, yo, damn, this shit is, all right, bro, we going out here. There's civil unrest out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely think about it when you choose. For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And does the money kind of weigh?
Yeah, of course. Well, it's like, we all talk. Like, all the players talk. So
that's what I was going to ask you. Like, is there some type of
you're like, no, don't go to this team in Turkey. I didn't get paid for 5 months.
Damn.
Or like, don't do this. The coach who coaches there, you practice 3 times a day. It's terrible. Like we all talk. So we all know like what's what. And then at that point, it's like you're going to put together like your own list of priorities, like what matters. Is it the money? Is it the country? Is it the experience? You know, for me, I was lucky enough that the top teams were always interested. So the money was always kind of like similar-ish.
Right.
So for me, I was like, all right, what other American is on my team? Like, who am I going over there with?
Right.
Like, what's that going to be like? So I got to decide. But I mean, I ended up playing in Russia my whole career. Those rubles, you know?
Yo, the rubles mean it.
Rubles is crazy. The rubles is rubling.
He's getting to the ruble bag, dog. You crazy? So on this program here, the number one in America, we have a moment called, it's the 7 p.m. moment. It's a moment where you really had to dig in and make a decision that was going to alter the course of your career, of your life. What was that for Sue Bird? Did it come early? What was your 7 p.m. moment?
I think I have a few, but I'm going to go with one that happened late. There's a couple that happened early, right? Like the college you choose, that's just like automatically one.
Right.
Different moments maybe in like a free agency can be that. But there was a moment where it was like right before the 2016 Olympics. So like maybe like a year or two leading in, I had a bunch of injuries. And I kind of thought, I was like, I might try to make this Olympic team and call it. Like, this might be it for me. I'm 36. Like, I'll be 36 after that Olympic. I'm like, great run. Cool. But like I said, I'd had a bunch of surgeries and I started to realize like, I've never really gone in on my like health and wellness or whatever you want to call it. Cause you know, I'm not back in the day. It was like 2016, but back then.
That's back in the day. Back in the day to people today.
Everybody just say, we agree with you. Like, that shit was back in the day.
Yeah, thank you. It wasn't like, not everybody had a nutritionist. You know, not everybody had like an acupuncturist, a massage, Pilates, into even the money you spend to take care of your body from all the aspects. That wasn't really a thing. It really wasn't. And so I was like, but it was starting to become one. You're starting to see things or hear things. And I was like, all right, what if I try that? Like, what if I just dedicate my whole experience to that? And I hired all the things. I was like, boxes were checked. And it totally gave me, it like turned I feel like I was plateauing, maybe even diving a little bit.
Right.
And I had a resurgence. Yeah. So like late 30s. Now, what I realized in that moment is like, oh, because like your experience is at a level. Your understanding of the game is at a level that can't be touched.
Right.
But you got to get your body there too. So I was just trying to always keep my body like almost on the same, like at the same level as my mind. And I could dominate games in that way. Not dominate like points, rebounds, assists, but like I could like mentally dominate. But I need my body to be there too. So once I kind of did that and I saw this, like that for me is my 7 p.m. moment for sure.
This is something I was thinking about before the show. Shout out to Jay for throwing this in there. Y'all both had like very illustrious, I love that word, illustrious college careers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One was longer than the other, obviously, but both resulted in championships and like, yo, newspaper with the hat, yo, we did it, sweaty. What would have been like for each of y'all to have like a Freaky Friday situation where you have Melo's college career and Melo has your college career?
I'm out. What do you mean?
I'm going to ask you first. Oh.
I wouldn't do any different.
Wipe my face on this one.
For a one and done scenario, I don't think it could be any better. You go, you do your thing, you dominate, you win the whole thing. What seed were you guys? Do you remember? Third seed. So it's like not like the favorite, obviously not a Cinderella, but not. And you go in as a freshman, I don't think you can write it any better. And then you're out. I mean, what?
Yeah, but we come on, let's. Yeah, no, that's the hell of a story. Thank you. But that's definitely very hard to do.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I wouldn't, if we switch roles, I'm good.
Like, come on.
Were you champ?
Like going undefeated in seasons and like winning 2-3 championships in college. Like that's like.
It was fun.
So her career is crazy. Like that, the thought of going to college as a top player, playing, freshman, getting hurt, right? Got to work back. You know that's a system in Uconn that's
Like, the next one's coming.
Next one, like you got a superstar that's knocking on the door that already kicked the door and that's ready to go. So you getting hurt, just that kind of sets you back. So you come back from that, play, win again, stats, MVP. Like it's just like nah, that's the hell of a college career. With me, it was I didn't know what I was doing. Like she had an opportunity to. Not opportunity, but like she got hurt and had to work herself back. She had to, okay, I got to learn how to win. At this level, I got other guys. You grow up real fast. Yeah, with me, it was happening like this. I didn't know what was happening. I'm just hooping and having fun and jab stepping and smiling and like I'm just happy to be here. Like I'm happy to get a scholarship at this point. So going through that, it was almost just like it happened for me so quickly. Everything was happening so quickly, so I never got a chance to reflect or just sit back like, man, like what I did was crazy until later when you understand the game a lot better. Makes sense.
Because what were you on campus for what?
I was 7 months.
7 months, yeah.
So by the time I started getting comfortable with it and like feet down on the ground in Syracuse, like I was out. Yeah. So that one and done years, it happened so quick. It was just like, damn, this is like a Cinderella story in a sense. Like, damn, this is happening. Nobody expected this to happen. We was a 3rd seed. We lost to Uconn in the Big East tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Big East.
You know, like to us, like that was the tournament. Like that was to us in the Big East. That was bigger than bigger than the actual NCAA tournament in a sense. Because like you want to win Big East.
Yo.
You want to win
I would
Big
trade
East.
spots just to play in the Garden for the Big East tournament.
See? And I would trade spots. And like if I'm playing in her career,
you want
like
to play at the Hartford Civic Center?
No, I'm just saying like if the Big East, if I can have her career and play in the Big East for 4 years, 3-4 years,
yeah,
come on, come on.
That was a different type of hoop, bro.
And arguably, like she got one of the greatest games ever. It's Notre Dame, like
the buzzer beater.
Come on.
So she said, "Oh yeah,
burn at the buzzer, man."
When you retire, it's like the shit talk turns up.
Yeah, of course. Because you don't care what nobody says no more. Like you don't care like who's criticizing, who don't like you, or who don't like your game, who say what.
And there's not like a game tomorrow where maybe I go out, maybe I don't have a great game. And everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up! You talked shit yesterday." No,
buzzer beater, motherfucker.
There's a buzzer beater.
Beat your ass to the bench, motherfucker. So UConn, obviously, we talking about sticking in the Big East.
Yeah.
UConn is obviously Dynasty is in the dictionary next to UConn. You know what I'm saying? Like 11 chips. You know what I'm saying? Your sophomore season was number 2. Talk about like building that program, watching that program get built. Talk about a little bit about Geno. You know what I'm saying? Like is he a young guy?
What do you want to know?
You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of coach? Because you talked about Coach K earlier, the USA team. Larry Brown, we talked about that with
USA team.
Yeah.
04, Detroit.
04.
I have 2 like top-notch Coach Ariema stories.
Oh man, let's hear that.
There's actually one with the Olympic team.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 2, like one college one, because he was our Olympic coach, similar to Coach K, like 2 cycles.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the college one. So I want to say it's my sophomore year, maybe my freshman year, I can't remember. We're playing against Tennessee. First half, like, because for us, Tennessee, those games, I mean,
epic,
like epic, like circle on the calendar. Because like for us, the Big East you felt there was something big about the Big East, but like we kind of dominated it. It wasn't. There were some close games, Notre Dame you mentioned before, so it wasn't that they were bad opponents, but the Tennessee game, like that was the one. That was the one. So we're playing Tennessee. We're young, and the first half's like not great. It's like it's ups, down, not great. And we're a little like tentative, we're a little whatever. He walks in the locker room and we're all sitting there, this is college. So you're like at attention. There's no
serious.
Yes. He walks in the locker room, put my mug down. He walks in the locker room and he goes, "Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you know what this is?" And by the way, this man, he knows how to like build a moment up. That's his special sauce. Like, you see this?
Energy.
You see this? This is all your assholes right now. And then he goes on a whole thing about how you're playing tight, you look scared, like all this shit. And it was that moment where we're like dead ass serious, like looking at him. And then he says that, and it was like, all you could do is go, like you can't laugh, but you're laughing. And you're just like, oh God, he just hit us with a tight booty hole. So what? Yo. You see this? And we're all like looking like,
you see this is crazy.
What is it?
You see this is crazy.
Is that a play you're gonna call? Is that the 3, man?
3 up.
Yeah, I know. We're like, what is it? Oh my God. And then the USA basketball one, this might be my favorite. So we were getting ready. It was actually like a World Cup year. It wasn't Olympics, but we were getting ready, and we played Australia a couple months before, or like a month before. During the WNBA season, we had an all-star weekend, but we did USA basketball versus like a WNBA all-star team. So we did an all-star game versus the WNBA, similar to this year. We play that game, and they have a whole all-star weekend. And then for whatever reason, the next day we're scrimmaging Australia. It's like, it's not open. It's a closed scrimmage. We're in practice gear. It's not, but it's still Australia, who's our biggest competition. So, we lose by 20. No big deal. Yeah, we get shellacked. Like, they just kill us. And it was a moment. We all move on. But like I said, it was All-Star Weekend. We had been kind of doing our thing. All-Star Weekend is out late, whatever. So then we play them in the World Cup. So fast forward a month, and we're in the pregame speech. And he walks in the locker room, like I said. He likes to set things up. And he's like, last time we played this team, they owned you. Beat you by 20. Like, and just goes off on this whole tangent about like, got every rebound, got every loose ball, whatever it was. Yeah. Like, made you guys look stupid. And then he goes, but you know what they didn't know? You were all fucking hungover. Let's go beat their ass. And we were like, you're like, well, fuck yeah. And we're all like hype going out into warm up.
Oh shit. With a hangover, like, yo, fuck it, let me get some liquid IV, baby, let's get a shot.
He's like, what they didn't know?
Geno was a bug out.
You were all hungover.
Yeah.
Geno was a bug out, man. I had the opportunity to be around him sometimes. Like, he was a bug out. Like, he is a bug out.
He's funny.
But I think all of those coaches from that era, or those eras, is very similar in the sense of like how they grab your attention.
Yeah.
Like the rawness that they speak in. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
they're very
right
blunt. Yeah, they make you feel like, I ain't gonna let him say this shit to me. Like, I gotta go.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta prove.
Yeah, like,
but all
really
of them though, like,
like, fuck this guy.
Fuck
all
this
of them.
I'm gonna show him.
And he
but
loved
that
it.
playbook was hand down from coach to coach to coach. Like, that was real. I don't know if it is the same today, but
I don't think it can
at that
be,
time,
right?
it was like real hierarchy in the coaches. Like, they know who was here. They like, let them tell you, they know who was there, like who they chasing, like who they were chasing. And so they all had that same mentality and energy, and they knew how to be disrespectful without being disrespectful. Like, at 17, 18, it's like, you're not thinking that is disrespectful. You just, damn, he just said some crazy shit. Like, we about to go out here and
work on my free throw shit. He's right.
Yeah.
But you can't say that the NBA.
Oh, nah. The fuck out of here, you old ass motherfucker.
You'd have been halftime out of there.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
breaking news.
Coach, come back outside.
Yo, so you got, on your very illustrious podcast, you have a start, cut, bench segment.
we do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
And you know what I'm saying? So we're going to give you a little bit of, you know what I'm saying?
Dicey.
Make you feel at home.
Okay.
You feel me? So...
I hate these, by the way. But
Yeah,
I already know. Jam, already know. Like, we're gonna put you on the spot.
I try to be kind, but
We're gonna do a all Uconn start bench cut. Start bench cut all Uconn edition.
Ooh.
This is Sue Bird saying it, not me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got Maya Moore,
Ooh.
Keisha Sales,
Ooh.
and
come on.
DT.
Come on.
Start bench cut.
So
Tasha Jones.
you're trying to make me go viral. That's it. Honestly, it was like by accident. We had Juju on, and by accident, I was trying to have fun, probably similar to what you guys are trying to do with me. And
I
then,
didn't know this was happening, by the way. This segment.
so similar to what you're doing right now. But it's a setup, and Juju was like, "Don't make me go viral." I was like, "You're right. Let me take this back." But I'll play. All right. This is just what it is. I'm starting D. I'm benching Maya. And I'm cutting the Keisha. And
that's a tough cut.
One.
It's
That's
tough, yo.
I don't like it. Quiche, you know how
cried.
I feel.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's all good.
She shed a tear when she had a country. You know what I'm saying?
She knows how I feel.
So, Chip.
Yeah, so we had Juju on our podcast. It was a live version. We're taking it to the studio. It's called A Touch More.
Hey.
Love that.
Me and Megan. Honestly, we want it to be like chill the way you guys are, like having a conversation, almost like you were at dinner with some people. We definitely want to talk about women's sports and then kind of add in just like where it intersects with all the things in society, right? Whether it's like culture, politics, like all the things. Because women's sports, because of the makeup of it, especially basketball, those things, they're ever present.
It becomes very political.
And there's not a lot of women doing women's sports or doing sports in general. So in this way, like in this like model. And so we want to bring that, like, for lack of a better, like that expertise to it, that nuance to it, like understand. Because honestly, when I watch you guys, I catch your clips, you're bringing like this other level to the story that nobody is.
Yeah, baby, you know what I'm saying? You know what time it is.
Yeah, but it's like this layer that, you could turn on, a TV show and maybe catch like the surfacey stuff. Yeah. But you want to get underneath. And for women, we need that. So
she's bringing it to the table, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Melo, love you, champ. You're not ducking this smoke,
I'm not answering that.
He's next?
I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Okay, I hate it, but I'll play the game.
I'll play the game. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is why this is the number one show in America, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Because we got very understanding hosts. Melo, start, bench, cut, Cuse edition. You know what I'm saying?
Cuse edition?
Cuse edition, yeah.
Lawrence, Billy, G-Mac.
Tough.
I can't cut G-Mac, McNamara, because we won together.
Right.
I can't cut him. So I would actually, damn.
Sucks, doesn't it?
I grew up watching Lawrence Moten. Like, poetry
socks,
and Moten, High Socks, like DC, like, and Billy is just, you know what I mean? Billy O is just, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go with G-Mac, start, Moten, bench. He could come off the bench to G-Mac. I got to cut Billy. I don't want to cut Bill, but it's a guard game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's position,
you play to win. You play to win.
You know what I mean? I play to win. I play to win. I don't want to put you in this position. Like, this ain't what you do. So
set him up for success.
Set him up for success.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So this is another interesting little fold, you know what I'm saying? Having y'all on the show is having witnessed longevity, right? Mm-hmm. You with Bron and you with DT. So what is it you think that has led to that longevity? We talk about Bron a lot, you know what I mean? How he does what he does and how he prepares and all that stuff. What is it about DT that has had her stay in and stay consistent, you know what I mean? Stay balling, like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you eating? What is your regimen?
She did go vegan, so I don't know. Throw that in there.
Plants.
Yeah.
Plant-based.
Short answer.
The earth.
Plants. Works for everything.
Plants.
I think it's similar to what I was saying earlier, just about like my own career. But for her, she actually had like a couple injuries, call it like 2019-ish, 20, even some surgeries, I think. And I think for her, the last couple of years, she's really gone all in on like her body and taking care of it and being on point. And that's really hard. I think a lot of people don't understand. It's not just, I'm working on my body now. It's going to turn around. You don't know if it's going to work while you're doing it. And you're having to do so much. I mean, it's just the grind, the mental grind of that discipline of whatever it is, like whatever your magic potion is or magic schedule in this case. Like I would imagine for D, she does, gets up and does like whatever Pilates or stretching or massage, right? The amount of time it takes to get ready just to practice is longer than the actual practice. So that right there, the shift that happens, that's basically what it is. If I were to sum it up, I can clean it up. The amount of time it takes to get ready starts to be longer than the actual time you're working out or practicing or a game. And that right there Like that's tough mentally. That's a different kind of grind because the payoff's not the same.
That's serious.
Like the game goes fast and then you're like, fuck, I got to do it all over again tomorrow.
That is serious right there.
So
that's a fucking great point.
But I think Dee is just a basketball junkie. She loves it.
You gotta be.
She loves it. And so that's probably been the hardest part for her, I would imagine. We talked about it a little bit, but I would imagine because the other part of that is you can't be on the floor as much. Mm-hmm. You can't just go work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right.
Because it's just,
you'll be feeling it.
That tread on those tires, it's like this thing.
No, that's hilarious though. Like,
you just can't do it. Yeah. So for a basketball junkie to not be on the floor all the time, and then like I said, having to do fucking Pilates, it's a mind fuck. Yeah, it's a mind fuck.
Did you have to go through that?
The basketball junkie part? I'm not quite on that
the
level.
Basketball junkie. Okay, so that answered my question. The basketball junkie that meets the restrictions on being a basketball junkie.
No, because I'm not on that level.
Okay. My left leg don't do that.
So you're not a basketball junkie to be
not with the workouts.
Copy.
I'm more like I'll watch film for. I mean, not literally, but I can watch film for 12 hours. I don't get tired. I can do that. Like that doesn't tire me out.
Yeah, see, I was
40 hours of film. I
will
study a whole team. I'll know all the little intricacies. Because really, what you're trying to do is just when you get to like the playoffs, like the games where it's going to come down to like a 2-minute span here or there. You're just trying to steal possessions. That's all it is. You're like, let me get an easy shot a couple times, just because I know that you guys guard it this way, and I'm just going to flip it just a little bit on this one time.
But see, you get that the longer you're in the game, as you start getting older, you go to that. Mm-hmm. You start, I need to see it. Like, I need to see this happen.
Yep.
Like, don't tell me, don't draw no shit on the board. Like, I need to see play it out. You know what I mean? This is how we gonna learn this. And at the time, you giving the youngest, you know what I mean? Like, they want to see it too. They don't want to read it. They don't want that shit on paper. They got to see it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you said that because I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that a couple of times.
The basketball junkie thing?
The basketball, because I'm a basketball junkie. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm a gym rat. Like, I love being in the gym. And it's like, it almost came a point where you start having arguments with the organizations because they having side meetings on like, yo, get them off the court.
Yeah.
Yo, you go tell them get off. Nah, you tell them get off. It's like,
lie to them, tell them it's a day off.
Nah, so I'm not getting off. I'm working out every single day. Like, I'm not gonna have this game much longer. So I gotta utilize this time. And like, I still love to do it. It ain't like you forcing me to do it. Mm-hmm. I know my body at this point. Like, I know what I need. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do at this point. You know what I mean? I know what I need, my body work. I know what I need, the mental part of it. But as far as on the court, like, I have to be there because this is what's keeping me.
Well, it's going to keep you in rhythm. Yeah. It's also going to keep you confident.
Yeah.
And so when somebody has to shift whatever, again, recipe it was to keep them confident and on point, you have to shift that.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
You're done.
It's going to fuck your equilibrium up,
yeah,
bro.
Man.
We got the #1 segment in America. You know what I'm saying? 1A, 1B, 7 p.m. This one is fucking with it or fuck out of here, where we ask you a question, you know what I mean, in the world, from pop culture, whatever, and you tell us, yes, I am fucking with this.
Okay.
Or, nah, get the fuck out of here.
I got it.
You know? In this scenario, we have, for you, Sue, the NBA has announced that they've agreed to a new TV contract with ESPN, NBC, and Amazon, starting in 2026. The 11-year deal is going to net the league $7.7 billion, but the partnership with TNT is coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? Chuck went on the internet and had some words, you know what I'm saying, as he always does. Also, as a part of the deal, the W scored $2.2 billion deal access across 11 years.
Amazing.
So,
and that's light.
Fucking with it or fuck out of here.
This is a new thing for me. I'm part of the ownership group.
See?
In Seattle now.
Shit start shifting.
I can't say
shit start shifting.
what
See
I really
what I'm saying?
No. No, I gotta give a little PC because I am an owner now.
And
I do fuck with it,
right,
but I only fuck with it for one reason, for the WNBA side.
Okay.
because I believe there's like a little clause in there that in 3 years we get to reevaluate it.
Yep.
Ah, nice.
So that's why I fuck with it.
Because then you could be like, yo, you get back to the table and be like, yo, yesterday's price.
As it turns out, yes.
It's not today's price. So, question for you, Melo. Fuck with the fuck out of here. Losing TNTs inside the NBA as part of the deal that will see more league games be on TV than ever before. You know what I'm saying? Is that you fucking with it or fuck out of here, chucking the guys, you know what I'm saying, versus
that is tough. Like I would, like inside the NBA is associated with the NBA. Like whether it's TNT or whatever, like that group of guys, that culture, what they created.
It's part of the culture.
It's part of the NBA culture. So
the memes and shit, everything.
Yeah, it's just like we look forward to that. Even though we hate that shit sometimes as a player, like, fuck this nigga talking about. It's like as a player, you never want to hear what they got to say about you, but you want to hear the funny shit that they got to say about everybody else. It's when you accept that, is when you become cool with inside the NBA. All right. So that's one part of it. I would be upset too if I was Charles Barkley though. And that's a lot coming from me. Like I would be upset about that. Like we built this shit. Like we created what's inside the NBA. Like we created the vibes and what everybody goes to. Y'all, they're not going to ESPN for this right here. Like
they're part of the brand.
They part of the brand.
Like
so how can you X us out of what's happening? Even if the contract is up, let's sit and talk about how we move this somewhere else. But I honestly blame the higher ups for that, man. The execs and all of that. Like,
that's what it is.
Come on, we can't be here with you all of this time creating this and building this property, and then we ain't being told what's actually happening here. And like,
come on, dog.
We don't have a shot. Like, we don't have a shot to keep this going after 10 years. So.
It's the C-suite.
What's the question? What was it?
Are you fucking with the fuck out of here? There's gonna be more games than ever on TV.
Yeah, but I love that.
It's coming at the expense of Ernie, Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny.
Yeah, man, it's sad. It's fuck out of here. I fuck with it, but it's like fuck out. It's hard, but you know. Benny the Butcher said everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go. You know
everybody can't go.
But hey, you know what I'm saying? Amazon, you know what I'm saying? You got a good crew in here. You throw Chuck right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Amazon, look. Come over here and talk to us, baby.
You know
like, what we doing?
The gang.
We ready for you, Amazon. We've been waiting for you.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, it's fuck out of here for that reason. Because it's been like, yo, y'all are part of the culture. Shaq and the Fool. Kenny running to the, you know what I mean? Kenny's pictures, all that shit. When motherfuckers get eliminated. We can't see Kenny
run no more. We ain't seen niggas run no more.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna see Shaq trip on some shit and fall, you know what I mean?
The Christmas trees.
Christmas tree, all that shit, you know? But, you know, the future's the future. You know, who knows? They could come with something that's more fire. So I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna withhold my judgment until halfway through the season. All-Star break next year, come and talk to me.
Like how you pled the fifth on that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I mean. I've been in court a couple times. Yeah, you know what I mean? So the next one we got, so this is wild, because we know we be traveling. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably more than me, you know what I'm saying, because I'll be in the house. Southwest Airlines, they've been notorious for having like an open seat policy, bro. You know, you get on a Southwest flight, it's a bus.
Yes.
First come, first serve, bro. If you could debo somebody out of 1A if you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But now they are ending that policy, and they are doing premium and assigned seating. Spring breakers are devastated. So the question is,
serious?
Fuck with it or fuck out of here. Do we like an open seating policy on an airplane? I would just jump out the window and be like, fuck out of here, man. What you mean? I'm silver premium member. I'm getting on first. You stupid. And I'm putting a bag that's too big in the overhead. But it's a fuck out of here from your boy.
Yeah, fuck out of here. I don't.
Yeah, it's a fuck out of here. Southwest ain't. Come on, Southwest. The open seat policy is crazy, though.
It's trash.
I see why I be fights and shit on the Southwest.
You feel me? Why y'all always going viral? Because. Yeah,
how you gonna tell me any more seats? It's 13 seats empty on here.
Yeah.
You see them shits like, yo, it's in a diagram.
Come on, man.
So lining up.
Yeah.
The lining up.
So are they about to tear it down? Like you get first class and then
I don't know.
They about to do that?
First class?
Like regular, like yo, group. Then I had this group one, active military. Anybody, if you old, yo, come through. that, it's gonna be like that.
The seats are the same? Or?
A1 to A whatever, 15.
Uh-huh.
That's the lineup. I don't like the lineup.
Me neither.
Come on, Southwest. Come on, baby. Come on, Southwest.
Get him out of here. Yo, so next up, we got Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? She took to Twitter recently, and, when she's on Twitter, man, she could get interesting. So she tweeted, we're the adults now? Goodness, it all happened so fast. Do y'all offer summer school, night school? Fuck with it or fuck out of here. We are the adults now, Sue. Melo. You know what I'm saying? It's us. Right. We're the OGs. Fuck with it or fuck out of here. Should people be taking advice from us?
Yeah, we're seasoned. I fuck with it.
That's right.
It's a no-brainer.
Come on,
Who
dog.
else?
Are you kidding me?
We can't let if 60 and up, 70 and up, I don't want, what? That's done.
Y'all are too old. Yeah.
Not too old.
They passed that down to us.
Yeah, that's right. We got the torch down.
Yeah, we got the torch.
So we all fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? People, y'all should be taking advice from us. And y'all should be tuning in every...
You can't take no advice. I'm sorry. Hold up. You can't take no advice from if you 22...
Nah.
There's no way you can take advice from another 22-year-old unless it's about y'all just went through the same situation. That's it.
Learn from their mistakes.
You learn from your own mistakes. That's that point. But come on, why would I want to take advice from somebody that never been through what I'm going through, never experienced what I've experienced, didn't feel the way that I felt going through this experience, didn't come out of this experience. Some people come out of it, some people don't. I need to know both of those sides of the story.
I misunderstood. I thought they meant older people. She's saying, are we taking advice from too many young people?
She's saying, should people be even listening to us?
Yeah, we the OGs now. We the old heads now.
With a little bit of both.
Yeah,
we're a little old, a little young.
Yeah, I think there should be advice. People should want to hear what, I think every WNBA or every aspiring female basketball player should listen to Super or want to listen to Super.
Why would you not want to be this?
Agreed.
Why?
Feelings mutual.
You know what I'm saying?
Why wouldn't you want that?
Been through it.
Come on.
Yeah. We'd have been through it at every level almost, at the highest of high and every level we done been through it.
Come on, dog.
We ain't preaching to you.
We just telling you what it is, baby. 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? We got Sue Bird in the house. We are here every Tuesday, okay? You know what I mean? So lock in with us, baby. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, you're bugging, bro. We're trying to get to 500,000 in the next week. You know what I'm saying? Subathon. Let's go, baby.
Subathon.
It's your boy, Carmelo, Carmelo Anthony, Sue Bird. Thank you very much for pulling up on us in the hook. We're back in Brooklyn, baby. Let's go.
Peace.